Assalamu alaikum and welcome to your event. Tonight here at More London Riverside, more specifically Norton Rose Fulbright, the setting for the Association of Muslim Lawyers annual general meeting.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولله ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء قدير إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار.
Time for the introductory speeches.
Starting with Amjad Malik QC, who is our president, and also from Nawaz, co-vice chair of the organisation.
Turn more Asians, blacks, into fully paid up members of the Waitrose shopping, Audi driving, Bowden wearing middle classes, and their values will take care of themselves. I only use the word Asian or black for the purpose of describing the skin colour of people. He used the word Muslim instead of Asian or black. And what he was saying and what he was allowed to say without any kind of uproar, without any kind of comeback, was that those people who hold Islam dear to their hearts and their actions, we can change their values. We need to change their values because they're on a different path. And that's the kind of level of prejudice and that's the kind of discrimination that you're living through in 2015, 25 years after Srebrenica. You know, somebody sent me an article from the Times, front page, 2 days ago. Muslim grooming males report. Muslim sex grooming. Do you know who would be able to say such a thing? Muslim sex grooming. It's the clearest form of prejudice, and it has a clear purpose.
We started 25 years ago when we met, when we could see things were going in a direction that concerned a lot of us. It was in 1995 that we were officially launched, and our official anniversary is 20 years, which coincides with the sad anniversary of the genocide in Srebrenica, which is why it was so important when we went there earlier last month, because it was a reminder to the many younger lawyers who have now joined the organisation. I want to just read these 7 stages of genocide that were brought to our attention in Srebrenica. 5th stage, polarisation, where extremists drive the wedge. Is this ringing some familiarity with you all? Can you feel that? The 6th stage is preparation. Victims are identified and separated out for extermination. And the 7th stage is extermination. It's not just killing, but actually wiping out of a whole community. And the reason we raised that today, and Amjad wanted to raise it, was that as we have dialogue and we are raising the issues that matter to the Muslim community, it's quite profound how people in positions of power are recognising we are now in the UK and Europe on the 5th, 6th stage as far as Muslims are concerned.
Now for a moment of reflection.
It's a great honor to be here, and thank you Amjad, Ifrat, Ismat, Misbah, and of course Koza, and all those people involved in organizing this event for inviting me here tonight. For me, anger, and if you're not angry, then you're not a human being, by the way. If the murders of children doesn't make you angry, if the rape of innocent women, or women generally, doesn't make you angry, if the homes that are being uprooted and destroyed doesn't make you angry, if the people who are making children orphans doesn't make you angry, then you're not a human being. You don't have a heart, you don't have a soul. And that anger is something that which I want to turn into something which was positive. And when I left, I began working behind the scenes with a number of other people to ensure that Srebrenica is not forgotten. Up until I became the Prime Minister's Chief Advisor on Diversity in the Cabinet Office, I worked behind the scenes with other people across the world to get the European Parliament to pass a resolution.
Thank you first of all for having us at this event. It was a really insightful speech you gave, a very emotional one, a very serious one. It needs to be, doesn't it?
It absolutely does need to be, because we're in very challenging times, and I think as a group of lawyers we have a huge role to play in representing our community. So the message we're trying to get out today is that we have a lot of work to do, and we need to unite and work not just within our own community but with communities all around us from all different faiths and people of no faith, because the challenges we're facing is as a society.
Assalamu alaikum, Hassan.
Wa alaikum assalam.
You're getting deep into that microphone.
Well, first time in I'm not. I was like, as good as you on microphone.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
So is this the first event for you? It certainly isn't it?
No, I've been to a few of them because I'm part of the subcommittee. But this is the first AGM that I've been to. I went to the Eid in the Wharf event in Clifford Chance, but this is probably the best one for me because I think the theme discussed was quite good.
Now, of course, the Association of Muslim Lawyers has so much to it, doesn't it? It's not just about justice and obviously standing up for people who need representation. It's far from that, isn't it?
No, it's far much more than that. There's a student body part of it. It's about Palestine, trying to do human rights initiative. It's a whole sphere of things that the AML is part of. It's really good.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Peerbox. I'm a solicitor by trade. I'm also part of the executive of AML.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ria Begum. I am a paralegal for the Crown Prosecution Service.
So, how are you finding tonight's event?
Alhamdulillah, it's really inspirational. We're actually looking to hold our own CPS Muslim Staff Network event. I was really inspired by Brother Amjad's speech. I've made a few contacts here as well, and hopefully I might be able to bring some guest speakers for our own event.
There's so much more to, other than representation for justice and legal representation, there's so much more subcontext to these events, isn't there?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's correct. I mean, the majority of us are lawyers, but there are some people who are non-lawyers, students, judges, even fact. I mean, we have, as part of the executive, we've organised a number of events, some which have been filmed by Islam Channel.
Dr. Waqar Azmi OBE, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I had to get that title in because
I know.
it represents your achievement.
Yeah, well,
mashallah.
thank you very much. But when people say all that, I mean, I have to look back to see, who they're talking about.
I think I need a sip of water after it. First of all, congratulations on a terrific keynote speech. It's a terrific event, this, isn't it?
It's absolutely amazing. And you know what? The lawyers, the Muslim Lawyers Association, are doing a wonderful job. To be here is a great honor, and to see the contributions they are making in creating a better society, in not just producing a network of people, but those people who actually are using their knowledge and experience to create better society, something which is very humbling.
You, of course, were rated as one of the top 100 influential Muslims in Britain. You are known for your advocation and advisorship to many professionals on equality and diversity. You've, of course, had legislation go through the European Parliament, in fact, on this. What would your advice be to any of our viewers who perhaps care about these issues and want to advocate from a grassroots level apolitically and peacefully?
I would say be persistent and be determined, because if you have the passion, if you have the belief, then do not give up. And ensure that your voices are loud and clear, but also in a constructive way that you ensure that people hear you. It is only by actively engaging with the institution that we can bring about change for the better. It is only by ensuring that we involve in the political process, that we can bring about change. By being apathetical, by sitting at home, by arguing around the dinner table, as we all do, we're not going to be able to change anything. By talking to just our own communities, we cannot change anything. It is absolutely fundamental that we give ownership of the Muslim issues to the mainstream majority. What we have been doing, sadly, in our society, and I have to be critical here, is that we've been talking among ourselves. We've been critical among ourselves. What we need to ensure is that we give the issues facing the Muslim community in the hands of the mainstream majority. So Islamophobia, anti-Muslim hatred should be something that other people who are in the mainstream majority, part of the mainstream majority community, should understand what Islamophobia is, should understand what anti-Muslim hatred is, and so that they are able to stand up and fight against that. And the only way we can do that is by engaging with them.
It's been a truly insightful evening here today with the Association of Muslim Lawyers. We've seen they do far more than advocating for justice and giving legal support. They're really putting the real issues on the map that need to be considered. And they're doing so apolitically and in the interest of peace. We very much hope you've enjoyed this edition of Your Event. Now, if you have an event you'd like us to follow, please do get in touch. It's yourevent@islamchannel.tv.